Good morning, it's Friday the 13th. Oh, evilness. Friday the 13th of April 2018. Evilness happens on Friday the 13th, you know. Oh, yes. Evilness happens, so watch out. We are still here, just no nuclear bombs or missiles have been sent as yet to the mainland of the UK, I am pleased to announce. I did think at some point yesterday, after the war of words between the Orange Man himself and President Putrid, were about to explode into missiles being chucked all over the place. No, it hasn't happened yet. Hopefully it won't. Oh, it's all very worrying, isn't it? All very worrying what's going on. But the good news is France is on our side. France, how's the French... Oh, I'm just trying to think how the French national anthem goes. Oh, it's not in my head. No, usually music is in my head all the time. There's a lot of strange things in my head most of the time, actually, to be honest. But how's it? Da, 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 da. Oh, it's very much... Oh, it doesn't matter. Anyway, France is on our side, so croissants will still be available. Thank God for that. We can't do without a croissant or two during the daytime, can we? Anyway, yesterday I had the most marvellous day yesterday, and I'd like to share this little video for you. So just a short video, about 8 minutes long, that I made of my day yesterday. Enjoy this and we'll see you afterwards, okay? Hello, it's Thursday, and today we have a very exciting day. We're going somewhere posh today. Oh yes, two posh places actually, two posh places. We are going to the, first of all, to Selfridges to get another pair of jeans, because we've got 1 minute. I've got a gift card, £100. So I've got that to spend. And then we're going to the, why is the top of my head cut off today? Hello? Can you see me? Hello? And then we're going to the Mandarin Oriental Hotel for afternoon tea. Christ, I've had to take out another mortgage for that one. Oh, so that's what we're doing today. Exciting. Come and watch. Hello again.
And a very good morning to you here from all of us in the BMW.
And here we are in the car now on our journey to
Selfridges
and
Harrods
and
the Mandarin Oriental.
The Mandarin Oriental. We're only going to Harrods for tea.
Do you know
that's to buy tea. Shut up a minute.
No.
That's to buy tea, that is.
The Mandarin Oriental is next to the most expensive block of flats in the whole of England. They start at £50 million. They have bomb-proof windows. And you know,
bomb-proof, did you say?
Bomb-proof.
Bomb.
And you know that 90% of them are currently unoccupied because the buyers live wherever.
Because they can't afford them.
Well, no,
that's what it is. Can't afford the
rent. It's council tax.
Can't afford the rent.
No. They're unoccupied because they're owned by Russians and Chinese and those sorts of people.
Is there any missiles coming over? Missiles are coming, dear.
No,
missiles!
No, they're not. What they'll do is they'll cut our gas and electric off. That's what they'll do.
Oh no, we will freeze to death.
A bit like when your key runs out.
What key?
You know that key that you take to the post office?
I haven't got a key. I pay monthly direct debits.
You've got
£48 a month. Thank you for my gas and electronicity.
No, you've got a key.
No, I haven't got a key.
Oh, go and put a tenner
You're
on
the
that.
one with the key.
I don't think so,
Oh
darling.
no, I remember you going to that cupboard. Oh, so many times. Oh, are you all right? No, the electric's run out, and then I say to you, oh, but the light's on. Oh, it's on emergency credit.
I don't even know what that is. You know what it is because you have got a key.
He even runs out of that.
Anyway, we're going to have a fantastic day. I'm in a really good mood.
Oh.
I feel great. I've been to the hospital twice this week.
One day you may look as good as you feel.
Thank you. Went to the hospital. Everything's running along nicely
Surgery.
there.
I had to ring the doctor today, didn't I?
Oh, no. Yeah, but the conversation wasn't very nice.
About my wind problem.
I wouldn't call that a problem. I wouldn't call that a problem. I call that an issue.
I've got to get peppermint, what are they, capsules?
Peppermint capsules.
From Holland and Barrett.
And
other shops are available.
And Buscapan.
Buscapan.
Yeah.
It sounds like something you give to a baby, like a rusk. Do you remember rusks?
I used to love rusks.
Oh, Baby James has
Yeah.
rusks. Baby James is my niece's little boy. Baby James, who can now stand up while holding
I know.
onto
I saw that on the video the other day.
Very clever.
Very cute.
Anyway, first stop is
Selfridges. I wonder if it was called Selfridges because he sold fridges. That's supposed to be funny, humorous. Oh, you are dense sometimes, dear. Thank you. Our next stop, Selfridges, where you will be shown around. Thank you.
Well, I say shown around. This is about the only bit you're going to see of Selfridges, some candles. But we happen to switch the camera on and record some of the candles you can buy there. Okay, outside the Oriental Hotel now, the Mandarin Oriental. I think that's what it's called, the Mandarin Oriental. Doorman, open the doors for you. That's what you see when you go in. Look at that floral display at the top of the stairs. Fantastic. That's kind of the symbol of the hotel. And here we go. Going through to our tea room. Fantastic staff. Really fantastic service in this place, I have to say. More flowers up there. Apparently a lady comes in at night and does all these flowers every day. I'm not quite sure what that was. It was nice. Some sort of sculpture on the wall there. We got there and it wasn't busy at all, so we got quite a lot of attention there, which was quite nice. There's one of the lamps on the side of the wall there. And coming down, oh, there he is, Mr. Misery Guts himself, checking out the menu. We're just displaying little glasses of champagne. Yum, yum. Very nice it was too. That was the first. We had lots of different teas this time, which is quite new. That was called the first rinse. So that was the first cup of tea we had. As you can see, extremely weak. The sandwiches were served differently. Just one piece of bread wrapped around that. Absolutely delicious. I had 2 lots of those. I had the vegetarian selection. There's the second cup of tea. Okay, you can see that slightly stronger. I think that's called the second flush. Did I say flush or rinse? The second flush, I think it's called. And then after that, we had a proper strong tea. And there's the selection of foods that we got. Sandwiches at the bottom, cakes, scones in the middle there, some more cakes on top. I'll give you a top view of those in a moment. There we go. You can see them properly now. Oh, my word. And I'm telling you, the food just kept coming. As much as we wanted, it just came. The teacups and all that business. Look at those beautiful cakes. The cakes really were something else in here. Probably the best ones we've ever had. There's a little a view coming into the room again after I disappeared to the toilet. What's that? Oh, yes, the picture. Now, look carefully. It moves. It's actually a TV, kind of TV screen that picture's on. It's a peacock. There's the flowers again, which actually smell. Roses, that smell of roses. There's the lamp that's on the entrance. That's looking the other way now, you see. And here's Ronnie, standing at the fire, trying to keep warm. Ha! Nothing can warm that cold heart, I'm telling you now. Okay, so after our little trip to the hotel, we popped into Harrods on the way back to get some tea. Look at these sweets. Look, endless sweets, which actually aren't as dear as you would think. They're actually reasonably priced. You can get either one sweet or a whole box of them. Depends what you want, really. And then into the tea room to buy some tea. Oh, that's marzipan there. Marzipan, okay. In different shapes of marzipan. There's all the different teas. And you have whatever one you want. I tend to stick to, as you well know, Harrods number 14 English breakfast tea. And that is a coffee roaster which just turns around in a room. And there was our lovely Thursday day out. That coffee grinder machine is encased in its own sort of glass room. You can't get to it. I suppose it'd be very dangerous. You know what would happen? Children would put their little fingers in there, wouldn't they? And we'd be cut off by the machine, whirring around, woo, 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 like that. What a fantastic and absolutely wonderful after. It was the whole day, really. We left here at 10 o'clock in the morning. As I say, we went to Selfridges first. I didn't get much picture in Selfridges. I always feel a bit funny about getting a camera in a shop. You know, I'm just waiting for someone to go, oh no, you can't take pictures in here or something like that. That's why there isn't much of it in Selfridges or indeed Harrods either. But the whole hotel thing, at the Oriental yesterday, was just astounding, and by far that is the best one we've done yet. Absolutely the best one. Fantastic service, people running around after you. The food was wonderful. Those cakes, did you see how many cakes we had? And we could have had more. All you got to do is ask, and more comes. You know, the champagne was lovely. And you saw the flowers. You saw the flowers there, and they actually smelt of roses. How many times you go into the supermarket, don't you now? Doesn't matter whether it's Aldi or Waitrose, doesn't matter. And you see these beautiful roses, and you go, no smell. You know, they look fantastic, but they don't smell very nice. Whereas me, I look fantastic, and I smell fantastic as well, don't I? I've got to say, I've been looking at myself recently in the mirror. Do you know, I'm half-aged in the last year. Now, one of the disadvantages of doing these videos for so many years now is that you can go back and look how young you used to look. And it's very upsetting. So there you go. Now, this was not a cheapo night. This was not a cheapo afternoon out. I'm going to tell you the price of it now, okay? What you saw there in the hotel cost £150 for the two of us, all right? Neither of us have any advices or anything like that. We don't smoke, we don't drink, we don't take drugs, we don't go out to nightclubs. We don't do anything. So this is our thing. So actually, it's not as expensive as it sounds. If you are coming here for a holiday and you want an afternoon tea somewhere, there's many, many places you can go. They're all wonderful, but this one has definitely got the edge over all the others. The Mandarin Oriental Hotel, which is just at the top of Knightsbridge, where Knightsbridge and Kensington kind of meet. They all get to this corner, and then you go straight on to underneath the thing to Piccadilly and all that. That has absolutely got the edge, and it is the top recommendation of all the afternoon teas I've been to so far. So if you're coming to London for a little holiday or something like that, or you want a lovely afternoon, and when you go to these things, you're not rushed. You know, in some places, perhaps if you're doing it in a shop, you might be a bit rushed. You are not rushed there. We sat there for 2.25 hours, let me tell you that. We started at about 1:30. We left there just before 4 o'clock. A wonderful afternoon, and just so nice. Such a nice thing to do. So that was our little video from yesterday, okay? If you're watching on YouTube or Periscope, I only just fired up the chat thing there, so I might have missed your first lot of messages. I'll read what I've got there. Andrew Parker's saying hi to Claire. So that's the first message I've got. Anything above that, I won't have got that, okay? Joanna says it's a beautiful place. It certainly is. And let me tell you how clean it is. My God. I could not find a speck of dust anywhere. The toilets are lovely. The toilets, there's none of this hand warm air dryer. Oh, I hate those, don't you? The warm air dryer hands or paper towels that disintegrate when you touch them. No, little rolled up bits of material that they've got placed in baskets, and you dry your hands on there after you've washed. I hope you do wash your hands after you've been to the toilet. There are some disgusting people in this world who I know don't wash their hands after they've been to the toilet. Mind you, some of the pubs don't help, do they? All got cold water. I've got a water problem at the moment. I'll tell you about that in a minute. Oh, it's going to cost me a lot of money to get sorted as well. Never mind. Yes, little bits of material, you like flannels, and you do your hands and throw it in a little bin underneath, which they take away and wash. All very good for the environment, you see. Reuse, absolutely. So it does. It is a totally amazing place. Definitely going back there at some point, okay? Good morning to Paul Mosley. Morning, Paul, in Birmingham. Anywhere like that in Birmingham? I doubt it. Who have you got up in Birmingham? Is it Travel Lodge, darling? Travel Lodge or Premier Inn in Birmingham, is it? Paul says, I'm surprised we were both let in. I beg your pardon. We dressed very nice when I hope you like to think I dressed very nice when I come here. I got the same shirt as I got on yesterday because it wasn't smelling of what's that called, of sweat at all. I might even wear this. I'm going to wear this 3 times. I'm going to wear this tonight as well. Thank you. Yes. Good morning, Claire. Welcome to the show, Claire. Over on Facebook Live, let's say good morning to the delightful Shania Steele, Adam LaPlama, nephew Gary Butler's there. He's back home now. with Olivia, who has recovered quite well. She's been at hospice recently for about five or six. They've been there for a long time, but they're back. I'm very pleased to be back at home after such a long time away. I must say, when I go on holiday, I always look forward to coming home after a while. I've got another holiday soon up in Yorkshire, Whitby, I think it is. Going to Haven Holidays in Whitby, if you want to have a look at that in a couple of weeks' time. Looking forward to that. Only 4 days. Good morning to Andy Baker. Morning, Andy. Good morning to Ashley Russell. Hello, Dana. You must be watching. Dana, is it Dana? Dana, I think it is, watching on one of the Learn English websites, okay? Robbie Stedman. Morning, Robbie. Let's have a look. Joy is there. Good morning, Joy. Who is in Manila in the Philippines. Good morning, Joy. We have a lot of Filipinos come and sing at my karaoke. I host 2 karaokes a week in London. Shortly, hopefully, to become 3 or maybe even 4. Although I haven't got anything sort of sent through. I'm waiting for dates here. Always waiting around, aren't you? Waiting for dates. Good morning to the delightful Feral Joseph. Good morning, Feral. Have you added Joseph, or was that always on there? Not quite sure. Good morning. Good morning. And hello to Joss. I believe it's your birthday this morning, Joss. So I shall be singing for you at the end of the show. Don't worry, sir. Okay. Hello to Alan Russell, who posted a picture of him asleep last night. Quite frankly, you look like a ghost in that bed, dear. You want to get yourself under a tanning machine or something like that. You're very white, dear. Very white indeed. Good morning. Ferrell says it looks like it was worth every penny. Yes, and I had this conversation with my sister yesterday, Ferrell. There are certain things I don't mind paying for something if I think it's value for money. I really object to paying for something that I don't think is value for money. For example, almost anything you have done to your car. Almost anything you had done to your car. Here's a good example here. My mate's other half, he's got one of those BMW cars, okay? And the rubber bit, or is it plastic? Either plastic or rubber bit. You know the bit that goes along the window. So you wind the window up and this thing is like attached against the window and it winds down and it's that bit there. It's supposed to stop the water going. Well, one went missing. Now, the garage thinks someone tried to break into the car. So I think they removed that thing and then put like a coat hanger or something like that in, I guess, to try and move something. But I would assume that you can't do this with modern cars. Anyway, so that's missing. Taking it to BMW to put a new one in. Total cost £180 was the first quote he got. But in the end, they only charged him, I say only charged him £120. £120 to put this bit of plastic to the side of the window. You see, not value for money. Not value for money. You get a scratch on a car and you take it into your main dealer, okay? They're going to tell you that they've had to take the panel off, respray the whole panel to fix it, put it back on. Thank you very much. That scratch has cost you £500. Not value for money, okay? You sit in the Mandarin Oriental Hotel. You are surrounded by, I think we were served by 3 or 4 people yesterday who kept coming up. And they don't always talk to you. They just pop over, look at your table, see if you need anything and wander off again. Or they talk to you, they take your coat, you see the ornate stuff in there, all the lighting, the bloke on the concierge, how the toilets are. And you see all that and you see where the money is going. You understand what I mean? I see where the money is going. I really do. Yeah. You go to a pub. You ordered a vodka and orange. They charge you £5. Not value for money. Far too expensive. But when you see something like that, you can see the value for money. So yes, it was absolutely worth every penny yesterday. It really was. Good morning, lovely Christina Ewing. You had a nice birthday the other day. Been looking at your pictures. Morning, Christina. Jessie Stone. Good morning, Jessie. Toilet, yeah, go and have a look in the toilet in there. Although you won't be able to just walk in off the street. Can I use your toilets? Absolutely. I don't think they'd let you do that, Jessie. You must go and buy something first. Interestingly, they have music nights there as well, which we didn't know. They get a singer in, and I don't know if there's like a piano or a guitar or something like that. And they had these music nights there in the Rosebery Lounge in the Mandarin Oriental. Tuesdays right the way through to Saturdays. So we're thinking of doing that one night. And it's early, like 6:30 to 9:30. 6:30 p.m. to 9:30. So it might be quite nice to try that out, I think. Good morning, Sean. Hello, lovely Sean. Nice to see you, sir. Looks great. Always wise to keep the sugar down, though. Oh, yes, Sean. Well, I'm on Slim as well. Didn't you know that? Now and again, I break off and do something like that, Sean. Morning, Kevin Webster, Tony Power, who's just woken up. Oh, what, 9:45? Come on, Tony, for God's sake. You're not one of those youngsters that lay in bed till 2 in the afternoon, don't they? They lay in bed till 2 in the afternoon, the unemployed youngsters. Oh, is it time to get up now? And they open their eyes and they immediately run over to their PlayStation and start playing games. And suddenly, it's 6 o'clock in the morning. And they've been playing computer games for like 15 hours. Oh, is it? And then they go back to bed again. You're not one of those, are you, Tony? I think you're a little bit old to do that now, my love. Aren't you? Get up and start writing some more music, dear. Andy, we do have amazing looking place in Birmingham, Selfridges. That silver dome can be seen for miles. It's ghastly. That silver dome. Why couldn't they just build a new building? A proper building. That silver dome in Birmingham is absolutely ghastly. Dreadful. Good morning to John Glazebrook. Good morning, John. He's one of the newest members of Central Station bar staff. And he was so thin and good. Apparently, have you had a shave or something? What is it you had yesterday? Or was that someone else? I can't remember now. Morning, John. I'll see you tonight for karaoke at Central Station. Who's coming to the karaoke tonight? Here's a poster. Oh, one moment, please. Nope, there's no poster. I thought I had a poster here for the karaoke. I think that's Monday's. Is that Monday's one? Oh, it's Monday's one. What's that one? No, that's the quiz. Or what's that? Nope, that's nothing either. Oh, okay. Well, it's not there then. But there's karaoke tonight at Central Station, Wharfdale Road, King's Cross in London, 8:30 till midnight. Come and sing us a song or come and watch our wonderful singers. Now, Friday gets really busy. Really busy. Sometimes we can have up to 30 singers on a Friday, so get there early if you want to sing twice or 3 times sometimes. But it just depends on the queue how many times you sing, okay? I don't choose people to sing. There is a queue, you know. So if we come in and there's 4 people, it'll go 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. As the night goes on, numbers 5 and 6 will come. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Well, and then another 3 people join. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And you see, as the list gets longer, it takes longer to get back to the top again. That's how it works. I never, ever pull people out. Oh, you're my friend. Go up there. Never. Never, ever do that. Similarly, the people that come up and beg me that they're going home early, or the bus is about to come, or the mother's dying in hospital because they want to go on next before she dies so that they can get to the hospital to hold her hand before she dies. Can I go next? No, because it's not fair to everyone else who's sitting there. Please don't do it. Please, because it's not fair and I won't do it. I've stood there and had rows with people before because they've come in so bloody well late and everyone else has been sitting there and they want preferential treatment. No, no, no. If you were my best friend, you still wouldn't get preferential treatment. If I ever did that, believe me, everyone would notice and they'd be down on you like a pack of wolves. Oh! Oh! Pack of wolves. That was an impression of 2 wolves. I can't do a pack, I'm afraid, okay? So there we are. Good morning, John. Hello to Stuart Skinner. Friday the 13th. Are you superstitious? Why, are you going to come down and do something to me, Stuart? Eh? Are you going to be knocking at my door? I hear you knocking back. You cannot come in. Yes. Feral. Morning, sweet cheeks. I like to keep people on their toes. Yeah, you keep them on their toes, my darling. There's a few times I've been against a wall and had to be on my toes. Alan, was it the flash cam? Well, we'll turn the flash off, Alan. You look dreadful in that photo, dear. You do. You look like a ghost. You've got to do something with lights and things to make you look younger, dear. Like me. You wouldn't believe how old I am, would you? Hello to Merlin. Paul Gallagher. Good morning, Paul Gallagher. Isn't it your birthday as well today? Didn't I see that on the list earlier? I'm sure it was. Yes, John has indeed shaved and is not looking so rough today. Oh, come on, John. When did you shave? Yesterday? that means it'll already be back now. I have to shave 5 times a day. Did you know that? Because I'm so butch and manly. It comes through. By the end of this show, I'll probably have to shave again a second time today. That's how butch and manly I am. Good morning to Ray Belasco. Good morning, Ray, who popped along to the karaoke. Was it last week or the week before? I think it was Ray. Good morning, Ray. Kevin Webster, did you get me a doggy bag? Certainly not, Kevin. A doggy bag, dear? A doggy? What planet are you on? What's that? Whoa, it's not the Toby Carvery, love. Is it? It's the Mandarin Oriental Hotel. You don't ask for a doggy bag, dear. Although they do offer you a little box for any cakes that you haven't taken home. Here, this is the other thing, right? So when I take my mate to these do's, okay? So we have the cakes and what have you. And he's taken me a couple of times as well. So we have the cakes. At the end, they say, would you like a box for the cakes? And quick as a flash, he says, oh, yes, please. And he puts them all in his box. I don't get a box. And takes them home for him and his other half. He had a lovely little birthday cake in there because it's his birthday soon, you see. This is part of his birthday present. He had a little birthday cake in there so long. You know, it wasn't massive, but it was a delightfully looking piece of cake, which the candle came and, you know, happy birthday, blew the candle out like that. And then it just sat there. And at the end, he put it in the box. I ain't had none of that. I paid for the bloody thing. Didn't have any of the cake. And that looked the nicest cake in the whole lot. I mean, all the cakes were absolutely... You couldn't fault the food in there yesterday. All these cakes were there. But that one looked the best one. What's he done? Put it in his little takeaway box for him and his boyfriend. Isn't it all right? And it really is. That and a plain scone and another couple of cakes. God's sake, man. It's outrageous. I did say on that we'd tried several types of tea. Now, that is very different to all the other places we've been. Every single one, you choose a tea, maybe 2 teas, and they bring you these different types of teas. This one, you could have had different teas the entire afternoon. Now, you saw the first tea. If you missed that video, I showed you, if you've just joined us this morning, a very good morning to you. Welcome to United Kingdom Talk. You've missed the first video I made yesterday. At the Mandarin Oriental Hotel. If you saw the beginning, so I mean, replay from the beginning when we've finished, okay, and you'll be able to see the film, which starts within 2 minutes of the show starting today. That first tea you saw was very, very weak, and that's called the first. I think it was the first flush. I'm sure it was first flush. I can't remember the word that they use now. Oh, hang on a minute, I've got the menu on here somewhere, haven't I? I think I've got the menu on here. 1 minute. Let's have a look. Camera roll. Where is it? Well, there it is. Now, here we are. I'll be able to tell you now. Oh, I can't. Honestly, these words... I'm sure the words on my phone are getting smaller and smaller. I can't see a damn thing on these now. Here we are. Is it... Yes, first flush. So that was first flush, which was Nammering Garden tea from India. And the idea of that is very weak. And the idea is... As the tea progresses, you get stronger with the tea. So that was the first one we had. The second one was Assam Second Flush from Hattai Garden in India. And then we had the Mandarin Breakfast Blend. But there was a whole range of different teas on there. And you could have a little bit of each one. And that's the idea of having the different ones, you see. So as the thing gets on, the tea gets stronger and stronger until it's so strong. You're like, oh, this life. At the end, you're like, oh, thanks very much. It was great now. And you can't stop talking. Like being off your head on speed or something like that. All right. Let's have a look there. Oh, no. Merlin. Good morning to Matt Joplin. Good morning, Matt. Nice to see you this morning. Matt is a DJ. DJ Matt is in the house doing his 80s nights at Reflex in central London somewhere. I can't remember where you're doing your DJing now. Where was that now? Hello to Merlin. Oh, Christ. Merlin's back in hospital with another chest infection. Oh, get well soon, Merlin. Have you got the intravenous antibiotics, dear, coming through the little plastic tubes into your arms? It's horrible having a chest infection, isn't it? It's absolutely horrible having chest infections. Get well soon, Merlin. Let me send you love. Don't suppose you're in London Hospital either, are you? Are you miles away from here in like Cambridge, somewhere like that? Cambridge. Morning, Ray Reynolds, joining us this morning. Ray Reynolds, well, you're not international, Ray. I'm afraid, Ray, you can only have international at the end of your name if you've been travelling somewhere within the last 3 years. Otherwise, it's just Ray Reynolds. I have been travelling. What was the last place I went to? It was only France, but nevertheless, it was France. International, therefore, Chris Reardon, international. But you haven't been travelling abroad, have you, Ray? You've got to go abroad, dear. Get yourself on a ferry. Get yourself on a ferry and go over to the Isle of Wight. Then you can become Ray Reynolds International. I'm sure Shania would be happy to put you on a stage. Shania and her dad, Vectis, could have you on ba-da-ba-ba-ba-ba, Vectis Radio, serving the Isle of Wight on 90 whatever 103 FM stereo sound. Is it stereo? Vectis Radio, I wonder. Oh, yeah, Ray came in last week with an Easter egg. That's right. He came in, he bought his friend Robert an Easter egg, and they sat there for the entire night with the Easter chocolate Rolo Easter egg it was, in full view of myself. Tempting me, boys and girls, tempting me. But I had my palm from Palm Sunday, and I was able to hold it closely to my heart, and therefore the devil did not tempt me to have that chocolate egg. Of course, if you were any sort of friend, you would have given me your last Rolo. But you didn't, did you? No, you sat there and stuffed it in the face, the pair of you. Greedy people you are. Greedy people. Morning to Richard Leedham. Morning, Richard. Tony says, as well as being a songwriter, I'm a mental health worker and often do some very long shifts. Oh, you should be able to help me then, Tony. I've needed help for many, many years, my darling. I only went to bed about 3 hours ago. I couldn't sleep, hence why my body clock is all over the place. No excuse, Tony. If you can't sleep, you should still get up at 8 o'clock in the morning in preparation for this programme. I will not have people watching me in bed or in their pyjamas. It's rude. Rude. Get up. I want you to have breakfast, brush your teeth, do your hair, have a shower, and then be sitting by your receiving device ready to join in with the show. Thank you. Good morning, Ploy. Ploy's been watching the show a few times. Good morning, Ploy. Hope you're okay. Claire says, I love tea rooms. I go to the National Trust Poleston Lacey today with my dogs. I don't know where that is. The National... Let me write that down. I'll have a look at that one. Poles. Poleston Lacey. Is it, have you spelt that right? Because it don't look right. I don't know what it is. Probably is, though. So I'll have a look at that one. Thank you, Claire. We love going to afternoon tea. It's such a relaxing thing to do. Paul's got 3 excellent travel lodges in Birmingham. Well, good luck with those, mate. I've stayed at travel lodges and Premier Inns. There's nothing wrong with those at all. They're clean. Everything is in the same place, isn't it? But why is it? Can someone please explain to me why going to a travel lodge, the adapter, if you've got, those electrical sockets, and a lot of them got USB adapters now, aren't they? Little slots where you plug in your iPhone. Why is that on the other side of the room? Who ever decided to put the USB charger on the other side of the room next to the television? It's dreadful. If you're on one of those dating sites or something like that, and you're like, beep, 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 oh, I've got to get out of bed now and see who it is, just in case we got lucky. It is. It's right on the other side of the room. These are USB chargers. Why haven't you put it next to my head in the headboard or something like that? Madness, isn't it? Madness. Oh, it's near Guildford. Okay, well, Guildford's very near us. Guildford is very near us. So I'll write that down. I'll have a look at that one. Thank you very much. Got back here about 6 o'clock last night. So it was a lovely, lovely day. It really was. And then I had a little sleep, got up again, had some dinner. No, I didn't have dinner. I watched a bit of telly. And then for some reason, I decided to go shopping in Asda. And we got an Asda. It's not close here, but everything's in there. So I thought, this. By now it's about 10 o'clock. So last night I went to we've got a 24-hour Asda in near Winnersh, early. which is near the big town of Reading. So I went to Asda, spent £63 in there. Actually, got a trolley full of stuff, but it's probably a lot cheaper than what I usually pay. You know, things like stuff, and I wanted to do some cooking as well last night, so I bought all that back here. Got the cheap Asda petrol. It's always the cheapest place to get petrol, Asda. Got back here, and then I'm making a spaghetti arrabbiata sauce, which I put all the stuff in the slow cooker. I must admit I cheated quite a lot this time, because I bought chopped up carrot. I mean, how sad is that? Chopped up carrots and chopped up tomatoes. Couldn't even be bothered to get the knife out and chop them up. Isn't that terrible? That is just so lazy. So a packet of, you open the packet and just tip them in the thing. Done. And frozen chilli, chopped up frozen chilli. You open the packet, chuck it in. Chopped up frozen garlic. No smelly fingers. Open the packet, chuck it in. So easy. Tin tomatoes, little cherry tomatoes. And that all went in the slow cooker. And that's on at the moment. This morning, the house has been filled with the smell of chilies. Now, I don't mind the smell of chilies. That's okay. Because if you were watching some of the previous shows, you may have noticed, or you would have heard that I cooked the last... Now, what was it I did? Campfire stew. I did it outside. I ran a wire out. Got a little hole, you see. I ran the wire outside, made sure the weather was okay, and I actually left the slow cooker on overnight out in the garden so the house wouldn't smell with the spices. But chili, I'm okay with. I think it's the cumin that I'm not happy with the smell. Cumin, when that starts coming through the house, my God, does it stink! And it's the last thing you want to smell at 3 o'clock in the morning when you're trying to sleep and you wake up for a wee in the middle of the night, don't you? Us older people do wake up. Some people wake up several times. Ray Reynolds spends more time in the toilet than he does in bed at night. Is that right, Ray? So I don't like the smell of cumin coming from the house, but there isn't any cumin in that one. So it's just really the chili smell. It's got oregano and thyme in it as well. They're okay. I don't mind that so much. So I woke up and there was a slight smell in the house, but it wasn't too bad. So that's bubbling away at the moment. And that's the stuff I got last night. How lazy, though. Chopped up mushrooms. I mean, how long does it take? You're probably paying about 20 extra pence a packet for someone who's done a chop. Now, does someone actually do that? Does someone chop up the carrots and the mushrooms? Or is it a machine? I think it must be a machine. Surely it can't be lots of people chopping up onions and carrots for you. Oh, onions as well. Big bag of red onions in Asda, 80 pence. In Sainsbury's, I kid you not, £2. In Morrison's, £1. Exactly the same bag of red onions. I do like red onions. We like stuff with a bit of flavour, don't we? We don't like bland. I used to eat bland when I was younger. I couldn't stand spices or anything like that. Now I love them. I love them. So that was my cooking last night, and that's all ready and done. Now let's have a look. Good morning to Adrian Richardson. You're late this morning, Adrian. You've missed the video from yesterday, dear, at the Mandarin Oriental and Arrods and at Selfridges. Never mind. You have to watch the replay a little bit later. My cousin Tim Ryan's there. Good morning, Tim, down there in Australia. Merlin says it's not just Travelodge, it's Ibis, Novotel, and some Premier Inns in Birmingham. There you go. Oh, what with the little? Oh, you mean the USB sockets? Yeah, I don't get it. You go to any of these places, as Merlin says, and the USB charger for your iPhone or Android phone is on the other side of the room, under the telly. Why? Put it next to your bed. The same socket that operates the little lamp that's usually next to your bed. There's nothing wrong with a budget hotel. They're generally very cheap. When I go on holiday, I usually stay in budget hotels. When I've been to Australia, a lot of those were Ibis. I stayed in Ibis's. Then what was the name? Near Oxford Street. Stella Suites in Australia. Do you know Stella Suites? I stayed in there. That's nice. Massive rooms in there. Massive. But generally an Ibis, Travelodge, anything like that, I do it if you're doing on a budget. Nothing wrong with them at all. Tony's going off to Greasy Eddie Cafes for the full Monty breakfast. Oh, Tony, your arteries, dear. Can't you have a fat-free yogurt and some nice blueberries? I mean, surely that's in preference to bacon and sausages and beans and fried bread and fried egg and black pudding. I can see the attraction, Tony. Okay. Let's have a look there. Good morning to little Ricky Bentley. Morning, Ricky. Are you down here now, Ricky? Are you making an appearance tonight, lovey? We need you to come and sing your song. Songs. You've got several songs in your repertoire, and your repertoire of songs, yes. The price you pay for pre-chopped up vegetable in Waitrose, you'd think it was paying chefs that did the chopping. Oh, I've never bought them in there. I was just going around Asda last night looking, and actually it was like 45 pence for a packet of onions. So I bought 2 packets at 90 pence. Actually, they were probably you could buy an unchopped bag of onions for about 60 pence. So yeah, it is quite a lot expensive. But actually, over the amount of stuff I bought, I probably paid £1 extra over all 4 items or 5 items, whatever it was. Something like that. Ray Reynolds says there's a lovely white wine from France for the overcenties called Pinot Noir. Ray, you're coming out with the funnies this morning at last. I love it. Let's have a look. Eric, good morning, Eric, who says, my friend Jane wants to know if your shirt is unbuttoned. Yes. There you are, look. Only one button undone, though. Do you mean down here? Not down here, it's not. No, it's all done up. Proof. Here is the proof. Oh, yeah. Is it because it's sort of a little bit big on me? I lost a load of weight I lost 2 stone in the last year. That's why things are looking a little bit baggy on me. I'm going to Vegas in October, so I'll be getting some new clothes there at the designer outlets. I love going to these designer outlets in America. Oh, there's so much to choose from in there. There really is. And the service is fantastic in these shops. Absolutely fantastic. Now, you saw the film there. We went to Selfridges. I was talking to my auntie Brenda about all this yesterday, service in shops. And when you go to Selfridges and Harrods, and you're used to going out shopping in Bracknell or Reading or something or like that, the difference in the service is quite astounding. They absolutely bend over backwards, and they are friendly, and they are helpful, and they are lovely, and everything in Selfridges and Harrods. They really are. And then you go, to Burton's in Bracknell. Oh, God. No service whatsoever. You wander around, pick up an item, chuck it on the desk. And then she might look up from the till. Tap, 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 tap. No friendliness, just take your money, thank you, kiss your ass, goodbye. That's it. End of. There is no service. You go to Selfridges, Harrods, somewhere like that in London, you will get such fantastic service. And of course, that's how it used to be. Even when I was a child, we used to go to this department store in Peckham. It's not there anymore. Jones and Higgins. There was great service in there. Wherever you went, that was the service. And I don't understand how we lost that in this country. They've still got it in the States. Really good service in the States. I've known of people wanting to buy expensive cars. I mean, years ago, actually, I was buying a Land Rover, Defender Land Rover. And honestly, the trouble you had getting anyone to call you back. And this was an expensive car. I mean, not cash, obviously, got the pay much X amount per month. But nevertheless, it was an expensive car. I don't know, 22 grand, something like that. I didn't pay 22 grand, you pay a monthly thing. It was about 22 grand. You couldn't get them to call you back. If I knew someone wanted to hand me 22 grand, I'd be licking them to death. Any volunteers? Who wants to be licked to death by me tonight? I've got a good tongue, look. I can lick for ages. Ages. But you should be licking my face. If you want my money. They were just not interested in selling the damn thing. And I was on in the end I bought it somewhere else. I gave up. And then when you tell them, okay, I'm going to go somewhere, then the phone calls start coming then, don't they? Oh, well, we've been ever so busy. Well, shoot, I'm too busy to talk to you now. Goodbye. Bang. Emails come, phone calls. Oh, we're really sorry. Too late. You've pissed me off. Go away. It's outrageous. You go somewhere like Selfridges, Harrods. I bought another pair of jeans yesterday with my £100. I had to put some more to it, mind you. I picked up the wrong ones. So I went in there. Let me tell you how you buy a pair of jeans in Selfridges. Okay, if you know what you want, you go to the shelf, pick it up, put it on there. If you don't know what you want, you go to a bloke. And he recognised us from being there about 10 weeks ago, whenever it was we went there. George was his name. Foreign bloke, I think probably Portugal, Spain, something like that. Mid-age range, probably about 40 years old. Oh, hello, sir. How are you again? Recognised me straight away. Now, that's a damn good salesman. Or maybe he didn't and he was pretending, but it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. It's all about the show. All about the show. Hello, you sold me these the other week. Come for another pair. Different colour this time. Can I have the same stretchy material? So he says, yes. What size waist? I says, 32. Okay. And it was him who said 32 because I tried the 34 on last time I went and they were hanging off. This time last year, I kid you not, I was 40 to 42 waist. I'm 32 now. It's not bad, is it, eh? Not bad. Anyway, so he's picked up this grey pair and I put them on. I said, well, same design, very similar, sir. So same design, took them on. So come back out. Yeah, that's okay. Let me pin up the bottoms for you, sir. So that gets down on his hands and knees, puts little pins in the back. And he says, well, you want those taken up. So we've gone to the till, gone all through the till, given me address. He said, and then again, that's £325. I said, I think you've given me the wrong brand. Oh, is it? I said, yeah. I said, I got a price in my mind, and that's way over what I was going to pay. These ones here I've got on were this amount. You've got the wrong ones. Okay, no problem at all, sir. Well, we'll cancel that. George comes over and he explains to him, all right, I've got the wrong ones. So he then took me back to the thing and found the same style, the same make and style as the ones I've got now. I'm not paying £300 for a pair of jeans. I'm sorry. That is just mad. That's madness. £300 for a pair of jeans. So picked up this other pair of jeans, tried those on again. I've got grey ones this time. I've never had grey jeans. Never ever had grey jeans. So I've put those on, and once again he's on his hands and knees, puts a little pin in there, takes them over to there, and so I hand over me £100 gift card and some more cash as well, credit card thing, and all is well and good. So they now send them upstairs to have the sewing done, you know, to take them up because I've only got a short leg. Do you know what my inside leg is? 29. I am a midget. I am a midget. I can barely see you. Hello. I'm standing on boxes here trying to talk to you this morning. I'm so small and tiny. Mind you, the salesman, he was a lovely boy, he was. Now, where was he from? Dark. We thought he was Middle Eastern, but he wasn't. He wasn't Middle Eastern. Indian. He was Indian. And again, a young, nice person, and they really seem to enjoy working there. None of them are walking around like they've just kissed a cat's arse. None of them. They're all happy and enthusiastic in their jobs there, except for a Chinese-looking lad who was on the makeup downstairs as we walked through. He looked bored to tears. Absolutely. He was the only one. So this lad's doing it, and this lad doing the till, he's even shorter than me. I don't know how he could see the little screen on the till telling him how much things were. So he fills in all the forms, and it gets sent to someone upstairs, lady or man upstairs, who sews it up to 29 inches, 29-inch leg, and then it comes to you in a box next week. Fantastic service. Thank you very much. Goodbye. Hope to see you again soon and all this business and on to the next customer. Fantastic service. And you do not get that in any of the shops in Bracknell. None of them. None of them. They can't wait to get you back out the blooming door. Look what Tony's having this morning, you greedy git. Bacon, egg, sausage, beans, bubble, chopped mushrooms, black pudding, white pudding, tomatoes. Cook it yourself, you lazy... I bet it's only about £5, isn't it? Is it about £5, that? Good morning to the lovely Angela Waters. Good morning, Angela. You're not getting another song this morning, dear. I sang her Waltzing Matilda the other day. It was a highlight of her life, hearing me sing Waltzing Matilda, wasn't it, Angela? I know it was, love. I know it was. You got a lovely pool outside your house, I must say. She's got like a swimming pool. She's in Australia. They've all got pools in Australia. Mind you, there are pools and there are pools, aren't they? You know, these people that buy places in Spain. What's it like? Oh, at one side we see this, and we've got our own pool. Oh, wow, your own pool. Oh, yeah, we've always wanted our own pool. And then you go and look at it, and it's like about 1 metre squared here. It's like 2 foot wide. What can you do in that other than sit in it? No. I'd want a pool that I can swim in. Angela's pool is quite large. You know, I want to at least go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 before I have to turn around and go the other way. What is the point in having a little pool that like 2 people can sit in? Unless you're getting up to noughties, and we're not having any of that on this programme. Not on this clean programme, dear. No sex, no swearing. Unless accidentally I let one out now and again. I swear that is. Hello to Colin. Good morning, Colin. Good morning to Merlin says they do that in Boss whenever I go there for suits, shirts and shoes. Yeah, they get to know you see. Very friendly. Obviously to make you spend. Yes, of course. But that's how it should be. If I'm going to spend money, then for Christ's sake, try and be friendly to me or pretend. But they don't do that in like places like Burton or Topshop. They're just walking around, their eyes on a mobile phone somewhere, completely disinterested in the job that they're doing. One of my mates used to work in a place in the East End, and he was really good. He used to walk around. It was camp as a Christmas tree. Camp as a Christmas tree. He used to have the measuring thing. What's that called? The tape measure around his neck. Good morning. Can I help you, sir? He'd go over to. And he was really good at, with his eye, seeing what people should be wearing or shouldn't be wearing, you see. And he was friendly and he took the money. He took the money. No one wants to hand over a little bit of cash, whether it's £1 or £10,000, to someone who looks as miserable as sin. And go elsewhere. That's what I've learned. I actually don't want to go shopping in any of our local shops or in Reading or anywhere like that anymore. John Lewis isn't too bad. They're not too bad. But if you walk into a shop and you see members of staff with their eyes glued to a computer screen on a desk while you're bloody well standing there, you damn well look up from that computer and you say, "Good morning, sir. Can I help you?" Not, "I won't be a minute." No. I'm the one with the money here. Look at me. It's wrong, isn't it? Walking around mobile, tap, 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 tap. It's bad enough in the street. Adrian says, oh, look, we're all on to the food this morning. Poached egg with smoked salmon, Welsh goat cheese on wholemeal handmade bread and a cup of mint tea. That's not tea. Adrian, it ain't tea. Tea has to be black. Only black tea. Mint tea, apricot infusions, raspberry flavoured tea. It's not tea, dear. Tea must be black and taste like tea. Like Yorkshire tea. That's how it should be. Paul wants to say, was he like Mr. Humphreys? He absolutely was. He absolutely was, Paul. Oh, Ben's a midget as well. He's a 27. Sorry, Colin's a midget as well. 27 inside leg. Yeah, I bet you wish you had the same waist, don't you, Colin? Oh, I thought I was going to die for a moment. Then never mind. Turnbill and Asda in German Street will look after you well. Oh, is that another place to buy things? Oh, I did see a jacket. Oh, I saw this jacket in Selfridges yesterday. It was a Paul Smith jacket. Okay, when you go through the menswear department, I mean, all the departments are just fantastic walking through there. Anyway, I saw this. I was so tempted. This Paul Smith jacket, and it was it wasn't pink. It was between pink and red. What colour's that? Between pink and red. Sort of like, I don't know what colour you... Is there anything in here that's got a colour? That background isn't too far off what the colour was, but it was darker than that. Anyway, that was the colour, this Paul Smith jacket, and I looked at it and I thought, I'm not going to try that on because I'll get the credit card out. I looked at the price, £685 this jacket was. Now, all the jackets I wear on this show and on the stage, I've generally never ever paid the full price. I wait for a sale. Usually in the sale, anything can come down from like 50 quid to 300 quid. There's a blue, you know the blue jacket I've got with the crisscrosses? Okay, that came down from £375 to £75 in the designer outlet at Bicester, Bicester near Oxford. I never ever pay full price for a jacket. £685 this jacket. Oh, it was the most beautiful colour. The most beautiful colour it really was. So we were tempted by the Paul Smith jacket. And then Paul Smith, I must say, all their stuff in there was really good. Something else I was tempted by in Selfridges. Royal Dalton and Wedgwood tea services. Oh, they were beautiful. Absolutely beautiful, these items. Now, you could buy, if you want, 1 cup and saucer. Or 1 mug. 1 mug was 30 quid. Okay? Or you could buy a box of like 5 mugs. A little box of teacups and tea saucers and saucers. You can buy those as like sets of those, or you can buy these items individually. And I know some people that do go out and buy, I'm collecting a set. They're like collecting a Wedgwood set. So perhaps this week they go and buy a plate, then they might go and buy a cup next week or something like that. But they had the most beautiful, very vibrant colours and flowers and designs on there. The Wedgwood and the Royal Dalton tea stuff in there. It really was beautiful, that stuff in Selfridges. That's downstairs, right in the corner at the back. Lovely, lovely stuff they've got in there. Good morning to Lee. Good morning, Lee, who says, I am a hero. You're my hero. Please, Lee, please do not come and sing You're My Hero at karaoke, or I will have to slit your throat live on the stage. You're my hero. La, la, la. And usually it's usually a girl who sings that, and they end up crying their eyes out at the end of the day because they've just been dumped or somewhere like that, which I find highly amusing. I mean, I'd dump you if you sang it that badly as well, my love. I really would. What's Lee saying? I'm a hero for doing the live shows for a long time. How long have you been doing it now? Well, Lee, are you the Lee I worked with at Play Radio? All that time ago. God. I think it's you. Did I work in Play Radio with you? So how many years ago? Was it 8 years? He's in Jordan in the Middle East. Wow. Not been to Jordan. The only Middle East I've been to is Israel. Israel. Well, I went to do all the Jesus things. Jesus and Mary, Sea of Galilee. And what's that big mountain there? There's got a lift going up it. Wait, not far up there. Oh, and you're walking around and it's really, really hot. I can't think where it was. LYvonne Play Radio. Are you doing some radio in the Middle East? Wow. Oh, that's fantastic, doing radio in the Middle East. If that's what you're doing. I don't know what you're doing, actually. I'll wait for your reply. Ben says, I live in hope for my waist to be 27 inches as well. Not if you keep eating the chips, mate. But it don't matter, Colin. I think you're quite happy as you are. If you're happy with how you look and how you are, then that's fine. If you're not happy, then you have to do something about it. Simple as that, really, isn't it? Eh? So I've been doing these shows. It started off as audio only, Lee. Oh, you probably know that. That's where Tommy Boyd heard one of my shows and took me on for Play Radio, didn't he? All those years ago. That's got to be 7, 8 years ago now. Used to jump in the car. It used to take me nearly 2 hours to get there. Had a proper studio and all that, didn't we? And I did this show on Play Radio, taken on by the great Tommy Boyd, who I met. And Tommy Boyd is a very successful radio television person here, known by us kids in the 70s for doing Magpie. Magpie! 1 for sorrow and 2 for joy, 3 for a girl. Anyway, Tommy Boyd did that, and he did talk radio and loads of other stuff. Anyway, he heard one of my shows, probably at one of the podcasts, and contacted me, and I went down to Play Radio to meet him. And of course, Tommy Boyd to me is a huge star. I thought, oh my God, I'm going to meet Tommy Boyd today. And I got in my car on the way down. And on the way down there, can you believe I had some bad news? Well, I didn't actually have the bad news. I had a phone call from someone who said, what are you doing right now? I said, well, I'm driving down. She said, oh, right, okay. What time are you going to be there? How long are you there for? Okay, could you pop in and see me? Okay, so that was fine. So I'm going on. I'm thinking, oh, I don't like the sound of that. And got down to play radio. There's Tommy Boyd. And I thought, well, there'd be a quick half-minute eating. And we went into the tea place. And we bought a tea and a sausage roll, I think I had there. Because I was eating dead animals at the time, Lee. I don't eat dead animals anymore. I was at the time, so I had a sausage roll in there. And we started talking. And my God, I had the most wonderful afternoon with that man. Just sitting there talking about stuff and just what a fantastic man he was. And he made me feel so comfortable. And we ended up chatting there for about 2.5 hours for this 10-minute meeting. It's such a wonderful chap. And then when I went on play radio, it's something I hadn't really done. Talk radio. I mean, I'd done medium wave radio. I was on Liberty Radio in London, Lee, in 1999 to 2000. But after that, I didn't follow it through. After that finished, I became aware that independent local radio here is just so heavily formatted. You could probably get a job in it, but I think I'd feel very disheartened. Whereas here, I turn on and I just do my thing, and that's it. This is how it was, of course, and we often have this discussion on the show. Doing what I do now is kind of how it was in the 60s and 70s, where someone would go out and say, perhaps a DJ or something, hello, I like what you do, please come and do a show for me. And you would go on that station and do your show, right? Whereas now, you have to go to a station and say, can I have a job here? Yes, okay. Right, welcome to XXFM. This is what we want you to do. And they tell you what to do. Well, what's the point of employing me then? You might as well get some kid out of school, mightn't you? And then tell them what to do and they will follow you to the letter. And that's why I never followed it through. I didn't want to be heavily formatted. And yes, I do these things now. I don't get paid for this, but it doesn't matter. Because I've got a job that brings in money, so I can do. This is a passion, an absolute passion. There's a lot of the people on internet radio as well. Some of the kids, some are not so good, some are fantastic, but they are doing their own thing. They are doing their own thing without having to be told what to do. So that's why I never followed it through, Lee. He's on Bliss 104.3 in Anman. Good morning. Perhaps you'd like me to do you a jingle, would you? Right, stand by for record. Ready? You're listening to Lee Moosdale on... Do you want me to do that again? You're listening to Lee Moosdale on Bliss 104.3 FM. There you are. Did I leave enough room for you to cut there? I don't even know if I got your surname right there. I started these as audio only. My God, so I think it's 14 years this year I've been chatting rubbish. The video thing was an accident. Someone said to me, why don't you try it with a camera once? And that's about, I don't know, about 7 years ago now. But it's scary looking back now because you can see yourself aging. God knows what I look like in 10 years' time on air. My God, there'll have to be I'll have to have taken up putting up makeup by then, Lee. Thanks for your messages. I much appreciate that. All right. Let's have a look now. In the Daily Mirror this morning, they are warning you to fill up your petrol tanks, boys and girls. Look at this. Petrol prices could soar by 2p a litre. I love the way the newspapers blow things out of all proportion, don't they? Petrol is to soar by 2 pence a litre. That is actually quite a lot. That's like 8p a gallon. So it's probably going to put about £1 on every time you fill up. But it says this in the Daily Mirror this weekend, as tensions over Middle East escalate, experts have warned. Further rises of up to 5.5p a litre are around the corner as wholesale prices have rocketed by 4 pence a litre in less than 4 weeks. I filled up at Asda yesterday, incidentally, so I'm all right for a week. On Thursday, oil prices were at 3.5-year high of almost $72 a barrel, which actually I heard this morning as well on the BBC Breakfast business news thing. sparking fears that motorists will be hammered at the pumps. Hammer, bang, 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 bang. How can you be hammered at the pumps? Well, unless you're in one of those dodgy areas in London. I was going to say that. You remember Trump? Do you remember President Trump? Now, listen to me, an Englishman born in London who goes to London every day for work, okay? Do you remember when President Trump, about a year and a half ago, said there are certain areas in in London, not North London, in London that are no-go areas? Do you remember he said that? And old Sadiq Khan was on there. Oh, you shouldn't say something like that. Well, let me tell you, Trump is true. It is true. There are areas in London you do not want to go to. And don't let anyone else tell you otherwise. I'm a Londoner, okay? I don't live in London now, but I'm a Londoner. I go to London 4 times a week for work. There are definitely areas in London that I wouldn't want to walk down late at night, or let alone during the daytime. So yes, Mr. Trump was not lying when he said that. Don't take any notice of that blooming Sadiq Khan. I think Sadiq Khan's got a good heart, but he needs to tell the truth, and the truth is there are areas, same as New York. New York, there's areas in New York, in Sydney. In Australia, there's a couple of areas there that you don't want to be late at night. There's certainly some in London. So there we are. The story goes on. The AA is urging drivers to fill up ahead of the weekend as prices for unleaded could rise from 121 pence to 123. Okay. A 4p litre rise in wholesale costs will filter through to the forecourts as well. But, I mean, the Daily Mirror are telling you to fill up now because of that. To be honest, you're going to save it on one trip. What you're going to save? 80 pence. And then by next week, the price rises will be here. So I wouldn't bother to run to the petrol station. A friend of mine, no longer with us, Jean Highland, her name is. I worked with her at British Telecom. We was on directory inquiries. Before I became an engineer, I didn't have qualifications. I wanted to become an engineer. Didn't have qualifications, so I got in the door, you see, and then transferred. Once you're in, you were in. And she used to work with me at British Telecom in Wimbledon on directory inquiries. And she always laughed on budget day. Because in the 1980s, every time there was a budget, the petrol would go up another 2 pence. And she used to say, they make me laugh. You know, they hear the news on the budget. Then they all queue up. And they did. People used to queue up at the petrol stations on budget day to save like 50 pence. And you only save that once, remember? So you go to this and you queue. I mean, they must spend that sitting in the queue, waiting, with the engines going. These were in the days before hybrids. You know, the engine didn't cut out when you stopped. No, it would just keep running until you turn the thing off. They'd sit there in this queue for 20 minutes to save 50 pence. And as I say, you know, if you was to do it now, if you're going to take any notice of the Daily Mirror now and you go down to the petrol station now, okay, you might save 80 pence. But you'll only save that 80 pence once because by next week you're going to have to pay it. So what's the point? What's the point of that? I bet in Oman it's not like £1.20 odd a litre, is it? Oh, it's about 3 pence a litre. So there is somewhere that's 5 pence a litre. Is it Venezuela? I think in Venezuela the petrol's 5 pence a litre there, isn't it? I love it. Ben, there you go. Colin says you're right about no-go areas in London. There absolutely are. There absolutely are. You want to keep your eyes and ears open if you're in certain areas of London. Even actually Oxford Street. My mate won't get his phone out on Oxford Street. He's worried about motorcycle gangs that come along and literally, I mean, they grab the phone out of your hand. You don't know they're coming. You don't even hear them coming. You're on the phone and they come behind you, they grab the phone and they're off. That's it. £800 gone. Yeah. Be very careful. Be very careful. What else have we got here? Very glad. Oh, very interesting story going on at the moment. I don't know if you're abroad, you may not have heard this story, but there was an incident of a pensioner, 78 years old, who was broken into by this bloke who was, I think, early to mid 30s. Can't remember his name now. Is it here somewhere? Henry Vincent, that's it. Henry Vincent, who tried to burgle this bloke. The 78-year-old, it was late at night, I believe, and his wife was in bed, and he's got up, and there's this bloke in the house. Well, he's stabbed him with a screwdriver. Dead. You know. Now, this bloke is well known by the police for doing burglaries. My personal opinion of this is that, well, that's another scumbag off the street. You know, you can't go around burgling people's houses just because you haven't got it, or that's your career, is it? Burgling people. Well, now you've paid for that with your life. My personal opinion is, if you don't want to die, don't come into someone's house. That isn't yours. Don't steal from them. I'm sick of these liberals. Oh, but they were just trying to feed their family. What, you mean I am trying to feed their family? No. Anyway, what's been happening is that the people that knew this bloke have started pinning up flowers along this old bloke's fence. And then the neighbours are coming down and ripping them down again. Well, there's an article in this, and the police... I believe one member, I think it's Lewisham Police Force, the top bloke there says that the neighbours shouldn't take the flowers down because it's disrespectful to the dead bloke. Yeah, but the dead bloke was burgling someone. What planet is this policeman on? I'm a big fan of the police. I think they do a damn difficult job. I would want to be a policeman. I think they are fantastic, the police service in this country. But this one bloke says that they shouldn't be taking down the flowers in case it upsets his family. The family of someone who burgled an elderly man, 78 years old. I bet you didn't think you were going to get stabbed to death, did you? By him? If you were in the States, well, you would have been shot anyway. You would have been shot. As it happens, the police are taking no further action on this elderly gentleman, and I should damn well think so too. He's protecting his own property. Don't want to die? Don't go in his house. Of course, he can't go back there now for fear of reprisals. He can't go back to his own house. He's got to go somewhere else. Here we are. They are let's have a look there. This particular fence, Andrew says they are defacing private property as the fence owner doesn't want the flowers attached to it and asks people to take them down. Oh, I see. So it's not the bloke's. It's not actually the bloke's fence, is it? Where the house was burgled. So it's someone else's fence, is it? Presumably quite close to the other bloke. You can't just go around pinning stuff on people's fences. Here we are. Look, Andrew says the police are the problem. They criminalise innocent people and do nothing about the real criminals. 90% of burglaries are not investigated, says Andrew. You know. The story in The Sun this morning, it says, torn up because, of course, these flowers are being ripped off by the neighbours and just chucked on the ground. Torn up and trampled flowers are strewn across a pavement in Hither Green today. The spot across from the home, so it's not actually his house. The spot across from the home where career criminal Henry Vincent lost his life, fatally stabbed by pensioner Richard Osborne Brooks, has become a battleground this week as a turf war over floral tributes unfold. One man is shedding no tears for the death of Vincent last week. 7 years ago, Stephen McGar's 17-year-old nephew Tommy was tragically battered to death by a wooden plank next to the Traveller site in Star Lane. So they're saying it's the Travellers, you see. A relative of Henry was subsequently charged with the teenager's murder, but the case later collapsed and was cleared. Stephen suspects that the members of the travelling community witnessed the incident. This is in The Sun this morning. But none of them came forward. So, you know, you can understand why he's so angry about all this. And it goes on, the bloke says, when I saw the women placing those floral tributes, I thought, you've got some front. In my opinion, what they are doing is not grieving, it's intimidation. And I think he's probably right. But the story goes on there, and we're interested to watch what's going on. Hello to Andrew, who said, but they have been doing... Yes, well, they have. Paul says, I saw them climbing up off the wall and hanging off the fence. It beggars belief. Yeah, Paul, you're right, Paul. That's exactly what they were doing. I saw that on the telly as well. I don't know. But there we are. Colin says, if someone tried to burgle my home, I'd stab them too, trying to steal what I've worked so hard for to buy. And that I don't understand why anyone would want to take the other side. You burgle someone's home, you get what's coming to you. You know, if I was allowed, believe me, I'd have an electric fence all round my house. I would. I'd have an electric fence all round the house. And I'd have the front door attached to some sort of electric thing. So if anyone grabbed it, it wasn't a post office, if it was technically possible, I'd have that. So if you got in so far in the house, you'd electrocute yourself and you'd be dead at my front door. And I'd come home from work and I'd step over your body, close the door, call the police to come and cart you off, and I'd go to bed quite happily. Paul says it's funny how 99% of the public think the same as us, but you keep hearing these cases every week in, week off. It happens all the time, doesn't it? But there you go. One of those things. All right, boys and girls, we're going to do today. Oh, hang on just a moment. Let's. Oh, dear. Birthdays. Where are my birthdays? Sorry. My birthdays. There we are. Birthdays. Here come today. We'll do today's birthdays and yesterday's birthdays, if that's all right, boys and girls. Okay. Paul Gallagher, who is indeed with us this morning. Good morning, Paul. Is a young 42 today. Happy birthday, Paul. All right. Thanks for joining us this morning. It's nice to have you on your birthday joining us as well. Happy birthday, Paul. I don't know what you're doing tonight. I hope you're loving up. Perhaps you'll come along to the karaoke tonight, will you? The delightful Julie Page. 52, Julie. 52, love. Oh, come on, love. 52? How can you be younger than me, Miss Julie Page? Julie Page, drag queen extraordinaire, is a young 52 today. Happy birthday, Julie. Andrew Bossert. Hello, Andrew. Happy birthday to you this morning. Coelho Morandi is 24 years old today. McKenzie Clark Hathaway. Happy birthday, McKenzie. Adam Phillip is 26 years old today. Joss, my friend Joss in Australia. I hope you're well. A young 29 today. Happy birthday, Josh. Joss, you must be coming into autumn now in Australia. Has it cooled down a bit? I know where you are, it gets very hot. We're talking 40s. We're talking 120 degrees. It's going to be nice and warm here next week. About time too. I want to turn my heating off. I had to turn it on last night. Cold again. Happy birthday, 40 years old today. Playing the guitar is Damian Glazebrook. I think I've got that right. Happy birthday, Damian. 40. Domonic Forbes is 49 years old today. Happy birthday, Domonic. Alf, of course, is Julie Page. So that's that. Now that says 52 as well. I think you need to check your birth certificate, Alf. I'm not quite sure about that. Let's have a look here. Yesterday's birthdays. Let's do yesterday's. Rory. Hello, Rory. Happy birthday to you, Rory. Oh, did I reply to your last message? I'm so sorry, Rory, if I didn't reply to your last message. I do have quite a lot coming in here. Sometimes I read them and I think I must reply to that, and then you drop down so far that I don't see it. So if you have sent a message, I apologise for not replying, okay? Someone's 52 and it's like it's like, you know, Chinese or Japanese writing, and I'm afraid I don't know how to say that. I've no idea how to say that, but you're 52 and it's your birthday today, so happy birthday to you. I'm really sorry. If you write it in English for us and I can read it out for you, all right, happy birthday. One of our lovely Manilow girls, Barbara Haynes, is a young 70 years old today. Happy birthday, Babs. Happy birthday, Babs. Looks like we made it. Not long till we see Barry again here in the UK. Jonathan Diggin is 37 years old. These are yesterday's birthdays now. Yesterday's happy birthday yesterday. Mark Robert yesterday. Ellen, Mark Roberts. Where are you, Mark? There you go. Is that you eating a banana or something in that picture? I can't see. Enjoy your banana. Ellen Lisa Bark, 53 years old yesterday. Lisa McDonald, 41 years old yesterday. And LYvonne Colin White was her birthday as well yesterday. So let's do the song for you. Blah, blah. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday to you. All right, gang. We got problems with a troll this morning, have we? Okay, 1 second. Give me a second. Sorry, boys and girls. Now and again, you get a troll on here, and I don't notice it. But where are we now? That one there. There we are. That should. Okay, so you won't see his messages now. He's been hidden. I've now hidden him for you. Okay, he has been hidden. All right. Those messages should disappear at some point. Now, how do we do a block there? Remove. There we are. Okay, I'll do a little block as well at some point if I can for you, gang. Sorry about that. Sometimes it's just not possible to deal with the problem sort of on the fly, if you see what I mean. There we go. That should sort that out for you, gang. All right. Okay, finally, what about me? I'm only 24, says Tony Bay. Yeah, another liar. We don't do lies, Tony, and I'm very, very shocked that a good Catholic boy such as you should be telling such lies, my love. Dreadful. Thanks for joining us today, gang. Tonight, it's karaoke if you want to join us at the Central Station Bar in Wharfdale Road, King's Cross for karaoke tonight. Starts at 8:30 and finishes at midnight. The Central Station Bar, Wharfdale Road, King's Cross, 8:30 till midnight every Friday night. Come and sing a song or come and watch our wonderful singers. That's it today. Thanks very much for joining us, and I'll see you again very soon. Take care now. Bye-bye.